We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at DC Silver Age Classics Detective Comics 327. This is a reprint of Detective Comics 327, obviously, and this came out in 1992 to celebrate DC's partnership with this printer that they were now going to be leaving, and they were reprinting several of the big stories from that era. This issue features two stories reprinted in their entirety from Detective 327, along with the Batman's Hotline, which is a sort of explainer about what's going on with the book, and there is also classic comments from some of the creative teams like Bob Wayne and Julius Schwartz. Those things are kind of peripheral to the stories. This is also the first appearance of the yellow circle around the bat symbol, so historically that is somewhat important. But this issue finds Bruce Wayne down in Gotham Village, where there seems to be a lot of buzz. Apparently a lot of criminal underworld figures are hanging out here, but there's a big revitalization effort as well. This story was written by John Broome, art by Carmine Infantino and Joe Giella. Covers also by Carmine Infantino and Joe Giella. Well, Batman and Robin come across this guy named Fenton, and he apparently has some ability to stop them in their tracks. It turns out that he's marked them with an isotope that makes anyone within 10 feet of him not be able to do anything about what he's up to. And it's because he has this little pocket device. Well, Batman and Robin continue to try and track him down, and they track him to Gotham Village. There's a secret underground lair there, which I don't think is ever referenced again, but it's where the underworld's hiding out. They've got their own movie theater. They've got a little travel business going to get people out of town. It's a pretty interesting concept. It's sort of like a villain cave, and it's under one of the most historic districts. Now, they've done a lot of stuff with the underground in Gotham City before, but this is one of the really early attempts to try and give bad guys their own sort of secret hideouts as far as like an anti-bat cave. So I thought that was really interesting. And it was actually a pretty fun story. The art is really good in that one too. Some of the dialogue is a bit dated, but it was still really fun. Then there's an Elongated Man story, which finds Ralph and his wife coming back from Canada, only to learn about some jewel smugglers, and then their car gets borrowed from the hotel they're at for about 10 miles. And Ralph knows this because he keeps track of his mileage. If he hadn't done that, he probably wouldn't have been any the wiser. But he figures out where these guys are hiding out, and they are in fact the diamond smugglers, and he has to put a stop to their shenanigans. One of the less than subtle messages here is that a lot of people don't know who the Elongated Man is, and he seems to be a little bit hurt by that, which is kind of lame. But that story was by Gardner with art by Carmine Infantino, and it was an okay story. I'm not a huge fan of the Elongated Man, but if you are, you'll probably like it. The art's pretty solid though. I thought there's some really good detailing. So overall, a very solid issue with two pretty fun stories. The main story I thought was a little better, but it's definitely aimed at a younger audience. I would say elementary and middle school, just because of the simplicity of the story, but it was fun and it was a good historical artifact. I think this issue would easily be accessible to younger readers, and it had some really cool ideas for older readers. So I'm going to recommend this, and hopefully you find it as entertaining as I did. The original is going to cost you a lot more than this Silver Age Classics would, so I'd recommend trying to find this reprinted rather than fork out a whole bunch of money for a story that isn't going to appeal to everyone, but will appeal to younger audiences. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods, and as always, we hope to see you on the next one.